Hello, people of the internet. It is your boy Kishuishi, and today I just wanted to give a little brief, kind of like what I did a couple months ago, where I recalibrate my stance on certain things. First and foremost, oh, there's the ding once again. First and foremost, I just wanted to get this out of the way. By no means should you be looking at my content for red pill stuff. Like, I'm gonna say it right here. I'm gonna nip it in the bud right now. While I do listen to certain aspects of the red pill, overall, I will never claim that I'm a red pill content creator. And the reason why I'm saying that is not because of, oh, there's some big thing that happened that I felt the need to wash my hands of the movement or whatever, because that's not exactly what it is. I feel like there's different levels to this type of stuff. Okay, taking a step back, feminism, red pill, they both tell their target demographics the same shit. Do stuff for yourself, please yourself. It's just, they're both movements that are inherently selfish. It's all about what's the best things I can do for myself. As a woman, boom, feminism. Best things I can do for myself as a man, boom, red pill. But there's a level of nuance between both movements that I feel like people that subscribe to either movement just threw out the fucking window. Because first of all, let's say feminism, first and foremost, if you live in a Western country, 9 times out of 10, there's some ideological points in, there's some points in your ideology that stem from feminism, point blank period. See, me, big black Jamaican man from Jamaica, I've experienced life without feminism, and then I came to America and experienced life with feminism, even though technically feminism did affect Jamaica in some aspects, but it's not really like a movement happened. It's more so like that's just the environment. Like, oh, strong, independent black woman in the household. I mean, nigga, there's a lot of single moms in Jamaica, so that was gonna happen regardless. But it's one of those things where in the West, things that are happened by circumstance in third world countries, single motherhood is now being encouraged in the West. Like, oh, you don't need no man, just get a sperm donor and raise the kid by yourself. I feel like that's like the most extreme feminist. Like, you would go through the issue, or you'd go through the struggle or the process of having a child, a process that, fuck you niggas, I'm gonna say it, a process that requires a man and a woman to have a child, but you want the man out of the equation, but you want the product. How are you gonna take a part of the equation out, but you still want the same result? We can flip it too. Red pill niggas. Bro, what is the obsession with the red pill and lust? And I'm specifically saying red pill and not manosphere. Me personally, I would say I'm more manosphere than red pill. And I know this is like all chronically aligned shit that you probably don't understand, but the difference between manosphere and red pill is trying to be the exact antithesis of feminism. Manosphere is just a bunch of niggas talking with each other and having a conversation about different things. And you see, the thing with the manosphere versus the red pill, niggas in the red pill all agree with each other on the same bullshit no matter how far the goalpost moves. Manosphere, nigga, if you're saying so, if your shit isn't backed up by logic and it doesn't make sense eclectically, if it doesn't eclectically make sense, niggas will clown you for it. An example of what I'm talking about, in the red pill, they encourage lust so much lust is in behind the movement of the red pill. And you can say it's the same thing with feminism in some aspects, but not all feminism is sexual. But when it comes to the red pill, not only are you supposed to make yourself the best version of yourself, which, that's a fucking lie. When it comes to the red pill, they don't want you to be the best version of yourself. They want you to be the equivalent of the Miami baddie, but as a man. Andrew Tate, 6'2", muscular boxer build, fucking I own a Bugatti. Like, that's basically being a Miami baddie, but as a nigga. Like, let's be fucking honest. But it's also the fact that one woman isn't enough. What do you like? I understand when you talk about human nature this, human nature that, it isn't within human nature to want to have multiple partners. But I can shut that argument down too. It is within animal nature to commit rape. But we don't, just because it's in your nature, it's like, wait, nigga, there's a thing called society, the social contract. There's certain things that, though it's within our nature, we're not allowed to do it because we're not fucking monkeys. We're humans and we're civilized. So with civilization, there's rules that are in place. And by that same logic, the rules that were in place for the longest time, speaking about traditionalism, monogamy was a rule that was set in place that defended or just protected the union between between two partners, let me not even say man and woman, but you know, two partners. If you're in a monogamous relationship, you're more likely to stay in that relationship and thrive as people, both individuals coming together as one, but becoming greater than the whole. I probably said that, you know, greater than the sum of its parts. But when you do this fucking, oh, I have my main bitch, then I have a side bitch, then a third bitch, and a fourth bitch, nigga, you're just spreading your fucking resources out so far. And by resources, I'm not necessarily talking about money. You know, not everything in this life is about money. You know, time, time, the thing that we literally can't ever get back. Yeah, why would you want to split that between multiple bitches when you can just have one girl and just do everything within your power to be the best man for yourself? And by being the best man for yourself, you can be an even better man for your girl. But what the red pill teaches you is, no, you are strong man. Basically, they want a bunch of niggas running around like Genghis Khan. You are not Genghis Khan, my nigga. And you will never be Genghis Khan. First of all, why the fuck would you want to be Genghis Khan? It's like, oh, one of the greatest conquerors in history. Yeah, how many of his children love him though? How many of his children know him? Like, there's so many people in this world that has Genghis Khan's DNA. And, you know, statistically speaking, we could technically say within the modern world, a bunch of Genghis Khan's descendants, even though Genghis Khan was this old powerful ruler, because his seed was so spread out, what's the statistical probability that majority of his children aren't fucking fat fucking chuds? Really? And it's something with the red pill, like they think about some type of spirituality type shit, where this is totally me going into headcanon now. You know, personality, though it can be kind of genetic, just because you're a badass fucking red pill, ooh, I beat my bitch if she don't make my food right, nigga, doesn't mean your son's gonna end up the same way if you're not present. You basically feed into feminism in a sense, because while feminism hate men because men are pieces of shit, the red pill want to be the pieces of shit that these women are gonna deal with, because, you know, we're not gonna get into that topic of like, oh, women picking the bad guy all the time and the red pill is just niggas choosing to be the bad guy. But they both feed into each other, because look, red pill, ooh, I'm this alpha male, I'm gonna fuck whoever I want to fucking have babies with a bunch of random bitches. And then feminist, you know, he's gonna be a piece of shit anyways, but I'll let him hit, maybe have his baby. Or maybe even like, I hate men, I will stay away from that one, but he's just so like, you're feeding into each other. You're both pieces of shit complaining about other people being pieces of fucking shit. Where's the self-reflection? Which is why I'll never say I'm red pill. There's no room for self-reflection. There's no, oh, maybe I should rethink what I thought. And I realized that back in 2023, I was like at the most depressed point in my life. You could probably even check my social media stuff. 2022, I was posting, doing some streams. 2023, I fell off the face of the fucking earth. And during that time, I did watch a lot of red pill content, I'm not gonna lie. And I also did see a lot of feminist content, which fed into my liking of the red pill content. But the thing that got me out of watching red pill content as like, this is gospel, is common sense. Okay, they say this, that girls respond to this, but they never explain like, okay, what do you do once you get into a relationship? That's the thing. A lot of red pill and feminism teaches people how to hook up, and I'm gonna make this a separate video. They teach people how to hook up, but they don't teach people how to be in a relationship. You notice that? It's always, how you were in the club. Nigga, you're not finding your wife or husband in the club. I'll tell you that right now. Nothing good comes out of the club but fucking STDs and good music. And STDs aren't good. I don't know why I said it like that. The thing with the red pill, let's go back. They think that they're perfectly imperfect, and because they're perfectly imperfect, that gives them an excuse to strive for perfection in their own way. And that same fucking sentence can be used to describe feminists. That same exact sentence I just said can be used to describe feminists. Imperfectly perfect, and because they're imperfectly perfect, that gives them excuses to become the perfect version of themselves in their own head. But the thing that made me realize that, you know what, I should actually make this video to make the distinction that while I do parrot some red pill talking points, I only parrot the ones that either the statistic behind it makes sense and it's rooted in reality and is not just confirming my bias, or I just straight up change my fucking mind. Number one, what's something that made me change my mind? Oh, the divorce statistic. So you always hear the divorce statistic getting thrown around in red pill spaces, talking about, oh, women initiate 70% of divorces. And I made a video in the past talking about how if you just say statistics in a vacuum, them, you're kind of retarded yourself because you don't understand the statistic. And I would be a complete fucking hypocrite if I didn't critically think more about that 70% statistic. And of that 70% of women that do initiate divorce, what percentage of them is getting beat? They don't talk about that. There's no pie chart that shows you that. What percentage of them got cheated on by the husband? They don't bring that part up either. What percent of that statistic, the husband just stopped doing what he's supposed to be doing to take care of the family and all the responsibility falls onto her solely? 3 reasons that are a good reason to have a divorce, but we don't know the exact breakdown. We just know 70% of divorces are made by women. And the red pill just say, oh, that's because women are unhappy and they hate men, and that's why they initiate 70% of the divorces. It's because they hate men. That fucking bit. My nigga, while some of your argument could be true, why don't we like talk about the statistic more in depth and why it might be the way it is versus just coming to a conclusion about it? Because in my head, I'm just thinking, okay, to make both sides kind of happy, the argument could be made that the reason why the marriage statistic is the way it is because a lot of women get into relationships with men that they don't technically like to begin with. They have to grow to like them, and over time they see the cracks in the armor, and it's just a growing amount of women that have the confidence to like leave. But that's still a problem, because why are you getting into a relationship with a guy that you don't really like? That could be the fucking conversation. But no, it's just women are bitches. You see statistic, I'm smart because I can read statistic and numbers. And then feminists do the same thing in the opposite. I feel like I keep repeating myself. The same shit that the red pill does is the same shit the feminists do. It's like, I feel like the red pill is just, no, not even feel like. This is fact. The red pill was created solely because of feminism. It's like, you know, when, I can't think of the actual concept, but it's like something is created, and just because there needs to be balance in the universe, its complete opposite, but its same equivalent is created as well. And that's what the red pill and feminism is. Not necessarily to say this is a feminist thing, because this is going into Miss Andrews territory, but you know the self-deletion statistic of men being 90%? Some misandrous, technically not feminists, because not all feminists are misandrous, but we're gonna specifically say the misandrous because they're the loud minority in feminism. Some misandrous could make the argument that, oh, the self-deletion statistic in men is so high because men should not be alive. They're so good at deleting themselves, we should get rid of them all, so there's more room for us women. And that is not to say that's what misandrous think, but I would not be surprised if this is something that has crossed their mind, and somebody has probably said it out loud before. But we all know, or let me not say we all know, but the self-deletion statistic of men being higher than it is for women is for the same reason how we solve our problems. Men are more likely to do the action to solve their problem before they talk about how they're gonna solve the problem. Meanwhile, women are more likely to talk about the problem before they solve it. So if the problem is, I don't like myself, I don't want to be here anymore, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen statistically? Also, white shoulders. Yeah, there's gonna be a vast majority of niggas that just like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. Meanwhile, the girl's just gonna be holding the fucking bottle of pills and be like, I should call Stacy. Let's see if I should do it. Oh, let me call my mom. I'm scared. I don't want to do this. And maybe they even take it, but it's like, you're more likely to die from a fucking versus taking, like, if you take an entire bag of fucking, let's say, sleeping stuff, you still have the chance to go to the hospital if you regret it. But once you do this, regret it or not, nigga, the job is done. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys found this entertaining. Yeah, I'm probably not even gonna edit this one. As soon as I click stop recording, I'm posting this because I'm getting anxious. I haven't posted in like 1 day. But anyways, be good people, and don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitch because my YouTube streams are not working at the moment. I gotta fix that. But yeah, be good people.